Welcome back to the channel Old Glory Coins. What if I told you that a simple penny, something you probably have lying around your house right now, could be worth $23,000? That's right. We're talking about the legendary 1982 Lincoln cent that collectors are desperately searching for. In this video, we're diving deep into the history, the rare features, and how you can determine if you have one of these rare gems hiding in your pocket. Make sure to stick around until the end, because you won't believe how valuable this little coin can be. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The design honored the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it has remained an iconic piece of American coinage ever since. Over time, the Lincoln penny has gone through many changes, from the original wheat penny, 1909 to 1958, to the memorial reverse, 1959 to 2008, and later the shield reverse starting in 2010. However, one of the most interesting and valuable transitions happened in 1982. So, what's the deal with 1982? Well, this year marked a massive transition in U.S. coin production. Due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch from 95% copper pennies to 97.5% zinc pennies. This means that some 1982 pennies are made of copper, while others are zinc. And here's the twist: one particular variety is worth big money. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. If you want to check which one you have, all you need is a simple gram scale. Now, let's talk about the superstar of this story, the 1982 small date copper penny. This particular penny is one of the rarest varieties ever discovered. The Denver Mint Mint mark was supposed to produce only zinc pennies in 1982. But somehow, a small number of small date 1982 pennies were accidentally struck in copper. This mistake means that if you find a 1982 small date penny that weighs 3.11 grams, you've struck gold, or rather, copper. In recent auctions, this rare penny has sold for as much as $23,000. That's right, a single penny, something you might overlook in your change, could be worth a fortune. So how can you tell if you have this valuable penny? Let's break it down step by step. Check the date. Look for a small date variety. The numbers 8 and 2 should be thin and level with the 1 and 9. If they appear larger or thicker, you may have a large date penny instead. Look for the D Mint mark. This penny must have a Denver Mint D below the date. Weigh the coin. Use a digital gram scale. If your 1982 small date penny weighs 3.11 grams, congratulations. You might have the rare copper version. Get it authenticated. If you think you have a rare 1982 small date copper penny, send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it verified. A certified coin will fetch the highest value in the market. So why are collectors willing to pay $23,000 for this penny? There are two major reasons: rarity and demand. Only a few of these pennies have ever been found, making them extremely scarce. And because collectors are always on the hunt for missing varieties, this penny has become one of the holy grails of modern U.S. coinage. In 2017, one of these rare 1982 small date copper pennies sold for $23,000 at a public auction. Imagine finding one in your pocket change and turning it into a life-changing amount of money. While you're searching for the 1982 small date copper penny, don't forget to look out for these other valuable pennies too. The next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. If you think you found a 1982 small date copper penny, don't hesitate. Get it weighed, verified, and potentially auctioned. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. You never know, the next rare coin could be hiding in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden treasures. If you're a fan of finding big money in your pocket change, then you're in for a treat today. We're talking about one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatic history, the 1981 Lincoln penny. And guess what? Some rare varieties of this penny have sold for an astonishing $46,000. Yes, you heard that right, $46,000 for a single penny. Make sure to watch the whole video so you don't miss any crucial details that could help you identify one of these rare gems in your own collection. Before we jump into the big money details, let's talk about the history of this penny. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, replacing the Indian head cent, and was designed by Victor David Brenner. The 1981 Lincoln penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which was minted from 1959 to 2008. This particular design features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In 1981, these pennies were struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, No mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. Millions of these pennies were produced, making them common, but, as you'll soon learn, there are some varieties and errors that make certain 1981 pennies incredibly valuable. Now, you might be wondering, how can a simple penny from 1981 be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Well, it all comes down to key factors like rarity, errors, and condition. Let's go over some of the things that make this coin highly valuable. First and foremost, the condition of the coin matters a lot. If your 1981 Lincoln penny is in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in transactions and still has its original mint luster, it could be worth a significant amount. Coins that are graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Now, this is where things get really exciting. Some 1981 pennies contain rare mint errors that make them extremely valuable. These include double die obverse, DDO. Some 1981 pennies have a double die error, where the lettering and even Lincoln's portrait may appear slightly doubled. These coins can be very valuable depending on the severity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. If a penny was struck off-center at the mint, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Wrong planchet errors. Sometimes, pennies were accidentally struck on planchets meant for other coins, such as a dime or a foreign coin. If you have one of these, it could be extremely valuable. Struck through grease. This happens when grease or debris partially obscures the design during striking, making some details missing or faint. And here's the big one, the rarest of all 1981 Lincoln pennies that sold for $46,000 had an ultra-rare error that made it stand out from all the others. This particular penny was struck on a bronze planchet instead of the typical copper-zinc composition. Finding one of these is like hitting the jackpot. So, what's the proof that a 1981 Lincoln penny can sell for so much? Let's talk about one of the most incredible auction sales in numismatic history. A high-grade 1981 Lincoln penny, with a rare mint error and near-perfect condition, was sold at a major auction for a staggering $46,000. This was because of its unique error and its high-grade preservation over decades. It was truly a one-in-a-million find. Alright, now that you know how valuable these coins can be, let's talk about how you can check your 1981 pennies to see if you have a rare one. Here are some steps. Look for mint marks. Check if your penny has a D, Denver, or no mint mark, Philadelphia. If it has an S, it is likely a proof coin. Examine for errors. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check for doubling, off-center strikes, or anything unusual. Weigh your coin. Normal 1981 pennies weigh about 2.5 grams, made of copper-plated zinc. If yours weighs around 3.1 grams, it could be struck on a bronze planchet, potentially worth thousands. Check for high-grade condition. The fewer scratches, dings, and discoloration your penny has, the better. Coins that are in pristine condition get the highest values at auctions. Get it professionally graded. If you think you have a rare coin, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. If you do happen to find a valuable 1981 penny, you'll want to sell it in the right place to get the best price. Some of the best places to sell rare coins include Heritage Auctions, one of the biggest auction houses for rare coins. Great Collections, a popular site for numismatic sales. eBay. If you know how to list and market your coin well, eBay can be a great platform. Coin shops and dealers. Visit a local numismatic expert to get an appraisal. So there you have it. The 1981 Lincoln penny might seem like just another small change in your pocket, but some of these rare varieties are worth an absolute fortune, up to $46,000. Remember to check your loose change, coin collections, and even old piggy banks. You never know when you might come across one of these hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome coin hunting content, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare penny in your change? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting, where we uncover the hidden treasures that might just be sitting in your pocket change. Have you ever thought that a simple, ordinary-looking 1977 Lincoln penny could be worth a fortune? Well, today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 1977 1-cent Lincoln penny and uncovering why some of these pennies have sold for a staggering $98,000 at auctions. That's right. A single penny, just 1 cent, fetching nearly $100,000. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your spare change. Before we dive into the value, let's take a quick trip through history. The Lincoln penny has been a staple in U.S. coinage since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure instead of a symbolic image. The 1977 penny follows the same classic design, with Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes this year so special? Why are some 1977 pennies worth just a cent, while others are valued at tens of thousands of dollars? Let's find out. To understand rarity, we must first look at mintage numbers. The U.S. Mint produced an astonishing 4,469,930,000, yes, over 4 billion, of these pennies in Philadelphia, which have no mint mark. Meanwhile, the Denver Mint struck 4,149,063,300 pennies, marked with a small d under the year. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions with an S mint mark, totaling 3,251,152 coins. With billions of these pennies in circulation, what makes some of them worth life-changing amounts of money? The answer lies in rare errors, high-grade conditions, and a few special varieties. Now, this is where things get exciting. If you come across a 1977 penny in ordinary condition, it's likely worth just 1 cent. But if your penny has certain rare characteristics, you might be sitting on a goldmine. Let's explore what makes some 1977 pennies worth a fortune. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the perfect coin. A 1977 penny in uncirculated, mint state condition graded MS 67 or higher can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Only a handful of these exist, making them highly sought after by collectors. The highest graded 1977 Lincoln penny has sold for an eye-watering $98,000. Now let's talk about the real jackpot, rare minting errors. Here are some of the most valuable mistakes that could turn your everyday penny into a fortune. Double die obverse, DDO. If your penny has visible doubling on the date or lettering, it could be a rare double die variety. These coins can sell for thousands of dollars. Off-center strikes. If your 1977 penny was struck off-center, leaving part of the design missing, it could be highly valuable. Struck on a wrong planchet. Sometimes, pennies were mistakenly struck on a dime planchet, resulting in a thinner, silver-colored coin. These errors are extremely rare and valuable. Clipped planchets. if a portion of the coin is missing due to an improper blank cutting process, it can increase its value significantly. So, how can you check if you have a valuable 1977 penny? Here are a few simple steps. Examine the condition. The shinier and more flawless your penny, the better. Look for sharp details and no signs of wear. Look for mint errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling, misalignments, or unusual features. Check for a high grade. If you think your penny is in excellent condition, consider having it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Compare recent sales. Look at auction records to see if similar coins have sold for high prices. So there you have it, folks. The 1977 Lincoln penny may be one of the most common coins out there, but if you find the right one, it could be worth as much as $98,000. That's enough to buy a luxury car, put a down payment on a house, or take the vacation of a lifetime, all from a simple penny. So, next time you go through your pocket change, pay close attention. You never know, you might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on valuable coin hunting tips. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if a simple penny could be worth a fortune? Well, you might want to start looking closely because today, we're talking about the rare 1976 Lincoln penny, a coin that could be worth an astonishing $68,000. Yes, you heard that right. In this video, we're diving deep into the history, value, and secrets behind this iconic penny that could make you a fortune. Before we get into the value of this coin, let's take a trip back to 1976, an incredibly significant year in American history. The United States was celebrating its 200th birthday, the bicentennial, marking 2 centuries since the Declaration of Independence was signed. People were excited, parades were held, and special commemorative coins were released. However, while the U.S. Mint focused on creating special bicentennial quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins, the humble Lincoln penny remained unchanged. But just because the Lincoln penny didn't get a bicentennial design doesn't mean it wasn't special. In fact, some 1976 Lincoln pennies turned out to be incredibly valuable due to rare errors, minting anomalies, and high-grade conditions. Let's break it all down. The 1976 Lincoln penny features the classic design by Victor D. Brenner, which has been in use since 1909. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, along with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1976. Flip it over, and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, with the words "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" above, and 1 cent at the bottom. These pennies were struck in copper alloy, consisting of 95% copper and 5% zinc/tin. This composition had been standard for Lincoln pennies since 1909, but in just a few years, in 1982, the mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising copper costs. So, the 1976 Lincoln penny is one of the last few years to have this high copper content. The Philadelphia Mint struck a staggering 4.6 billion pennies, while Denver produced around 4.2 billion. Meanwhile, San Francisco made just over 4 million proof pennies, which were intended for collectors. But what makes some of these coins worth thousands of dollars? That brings us to, now, here's where things get really interesting. Some 1976 pennies were struck with rare minting errors, making them highly valuable to collectors. Let's go through some of the most sought-after errors. Double die obverse, DDO. This means the obverse design was struck twice slightly misaligned, causing a noticeable doubling of the lettering and Lincoln's features. Some of these coins have sold for thousands of dollars. Off-center strikes. A 1976 penny struck 40% or more off-center can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s. The more dramatic the off-center error, the higher the value. Broad-struck pennies. These coins were struck without a retaining collar, making them look wider and flat. Some of these have been sold for over $500. Struck on a wrong planchet. Some rare cases exist where a 1976 penny was struck on a dime planchet, making it thinner and silver in color. If you ever find one, you could be looking at a coin worth over $1,000. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the most expensive 1976 penny ever sold. This particular coin, in nearly flawless MS67 plus red condition, was auctioned off for an unbelievable $68,000. The reason? It was an incredibly rare high-grade specimen with full red luster, making it one of the finest known examples. Only a few exist in such top condition, which is why collectors were willing to pay big money for it. Now, you might be wondering, could I have a valuable 1976 penny in my collection? Here's what you need to do: check the mint mark, look for D, Denver, or no mint mark, Philadelphia, look for errors, use a magnifying glass to check for doubling or misstrikes, check the color. The highest value pennies are those with a full, red luster. Grade your coin. If your penny looks uncirculated, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Compare recent sales. Check auction sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Stax Bowers to see if similar pennies are selling for big money. So, the next time you come across a 1976 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a fortune. Even if you don't have the rare $68,000 version, some errors and high-grade specimens can still fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more amazing coin videos. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins, and you won't believe the shocking value of some 1962 Lincoln pennies. That's right, what you might think is just a regular old penny could actually be worth a jaw-dropping $654,000. So, how do you know if you're holding onto a small fortune? What makes certain 1962 pennies so incredibly rare? And most importantly, could you have one in your collection? Stay with me till the end, because we're breaking down everything you need to know about this fascinating coin. Before we get into values, let's talk about the history of this iconic coin. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. By 1962, the penny had already undergone a few changes. Early Lincoln pennies featured wheat ears on the reverse, but in 1959, the design was updated to show the Lincoln Memorial. This design change was made to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it stayed in circulation for decades. But here's where it gets interesting. Most 1962 pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. However, due to errors, mint variations, and special minting conditions, some pennies were struck in a way that made them extremely valuable to collectors today. Now, the 1962 Lincoln penny was minted in two main locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark. Most of these pennies were produced in massive numbers, making common versions worth only a few cents. But here's the catch: rare mistakes and variations can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Some of the rarest 1962 pennies include double die errors. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the minting press, creating a doubling effect on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. Off-center strikes. Some coins were struck improperly, causing the design to be misaligned. Full red specimens. Pennies that have retained their original red color without any brown toning are much more desirable to collectors. Wrong planchet errors. In some cases, pennies were accidentally struck on silver or other metal planchets. These variations make some of these pennies worth small fortunes today. The most valuable 1962 penny ever sold was a mint state, MS-67 red specimen that went for an astounding $654,000 at auction. Why was it worth so much? Perfect condition, it had almost no scratches or imperfections, brilliant red luster, the coin still had its bright, original red tone. Rare error, it featured an extremely rare double die obverse, making it one of a kind, highly graded. It was certified by PCGS, professional coin grading service, as one of the finest known examples in existence. So, how can you find out if you have a valuable 1962 penny? Here's what to look for: check for errors, use a magnifying glass to see if there's any doubling on the date or letters, examine the color. If your penny is still bright red, it could be worth much more. Weigh it. Some error pennies were struck on different metal planchets. A normal 1962 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare coin, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and condition. If you think you have a rare 1962 penny, don't just spend it. Instead, consider selling it through coin auctions. Places like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers offer top dollar for rare coins. eBay. Some collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for specific coins. Local coin shops. Some shops specialize in rare coins and will give you an appraisal. Online coin dealers. Websites like PCGS and NGC have marketplaces where collectors buy and sell high-value coins. So, there you have it. The 1962 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, but if you have the right one, you could be holding on to $654,000 in your hands. Now it's your turn. Go check your penny jar, your old piggy bank, or even the coins in your pocket. Who knows? You might just strike gold, or, in this case, copper. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries. Drop a comment below and let me know if you've ever found a valuable coin.